Alrighty. I think we're going to go ahead and get started with today's program. As Whitney said, my name is Mary Wallace. If we haven't met, I am Hannah Cole's counterpart. So we do the same thing at different campuses, but work very close together. Today we have Whitney, who I think she already introduced herself, and then our new communications coordinator, Martha. So we are your team here to help you today as much as we can. A question for the group. I see a lot of laptops and cell phones. If you brought a laptop, can you raise your hand? And if you brought a cell phone, can you raise your hand? Okay, so that seems pretty split.
And I think everybody has a different.
Perfect. All right.
I have this.
And that's fine. A tablet? Perfect. No worries. Does everybody have credentials to sign on to Caremerge? A username and password?
I do on my iPad, but not on my phone.
Okay, so you have the credentials. We just need to save them to your device. Perfect. All right. So today we're going to start off with a walkthrough and logging in. So if you have the app on your phone, you would pull up the app and feel free to follow along with me. That way you can kind of see and ask questions as we go. For right now, I'm going to pull it up on my computer.
So this is what you would do. You would pull up your internet. So it is called Community.
The app is called Community. Yes, and it looks like three little people on it. If you're following along on your laptop, you'll follow along on the screen. And if you don't pull up to the login page, we're going to click Login at this top right corner. And then Full Site. And this will redirect you to your username and password page. All right. If you are on the phone, you may have already logged in, and that is okay. So I'm going to type in my username. And if you're wondering why my name isn't Mary Wallace up here, we are using the resident dummy account. So we will see exactly what you see today. If you're logging onto a device you haven't logged into before, we're going to want to click this Keep Me Signed In box. This will make it to where whenever we pull up either the web page for Caremerge or the app, because both of the devices have this feature, where you don't have to keep typing in your username and password. So I'm going to click that, and it's going to tell me, are you sure you want to keep signed in? I'm going to say yes. And then I'm going to click Login. And it's going to pull me to the announcements page. Is everybody on the announcements page?
No,
Okay.
I didn't get that page where you could stay logged in.
Did it automatically pull up on yours with your Face ID?
I hadn't logged in. I had to. I logged in.
And that's correct. So you are on the announcements page. So you are logged in. The box. Can you close the So we're going to get it to her.
No.
Don't hit login just yet. But go ahead and put in your password. Does anybody else need assistance?
So do you remember your password?
So you're on team account.
Oh, that is your password. You need to enter your username.
Right, and you're in on your answer station.
Okay.
So you are good where you are.
We are going to make sure that you're all logged in right now, so just give us a couple minutes. Nobody panic. We won't skip you. We'll make sure that you get logged in appropriately.
All right.
Have you ever had an app on your tablet before?
But then I lost it. I don't know how to get into anything.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me get her.
Yeah. And all this, I have to right, this is just you're gonna start.
Here, let me log you in.
But once you get the app on your phone,
how are you back here? You okay? So you need the credentials for it. And what is your name? Wilkins. He's in the set. Yes, sir. You are on the correct page. You are on the correct page. Okay. We haven't gotten that far yet. You are perfectly fine. You are on the same. You are right. You are good. We're just waiting. We got to pause to make sure everybody understands. It looks like you already did, or you may have saved it. So it popped up like that. You're in, and that's what you matter.
And you are in. Very good too. And your password, I'm gonna write down your credentials for you.
When you get a chance, make sure Wilkins that he doesn't have an account.
Okay.
Hello. What is your question, Ms. Kay?
I know.
And that's okay.
That's your ID and your password.
You're good. Perfect. And if you want to close that, you can do that. Are you good over here? No. No. So do we have the app on?
I don't know nothing. All I do is, I'm stuck here. I don't know how to get out.
Do you mind if I?
Okay, I'm gonna do your username as Peter Wilkins.
I got something in my phone, but I don't know what it is.
Okay, you want me to write that down for you?
I can't go up one more. I've got to see the corner of this one, the very bottom up there.
That was Summer Sisters, which is.
There you go.
Specifically related to insurance. I can't go above
So
that.
let's get you started.
Well,
We're almost there, guys. Give us just one more minute and we're gonna get started now that everybody. Yes, it's on your go to the internet. And after the class ends, I'll show you how to save this on your desktop. After the class ends, I'll show you how to save it on your desktop, so you don't have to search for it.
But I was just wondering if this was just like the thing. If you want to know what's going on.
It's a store downstairs.
They have them there. The ones yours has the alligator clip on it. Yeah.
I don't know whether theirs does or not. My daughter gave it this to me, she works at Starbucks. And that's what they get.
Well, I know that the one I bought, shortly after you were gone, you have to click on, it's not like that. Yeah.
Should have put mine on that charger this morning.
And I'm gonna change your password
And
here.
get that her phone on the charger. We only got one charger.
They can weigh it on a piece of paper and they do. Yeah. I used to look up and then they put over charge.
Okay. And you're ready to follow along with Mary. Okay? Alrighty.
Going to Caremerge, back there, there's nothing to say.
Yeah, it's different because we grew up with it.
I don't touch any of the other stuff, just, I just found out I could.
Well,
take pictures.
patience. I think most everybody is logged in now, and Mary's gonna give you a little tutorial here.
Alrighty, welcome back. So everybody should be on their announcements page, whether that is on their laptop or their phone. And the first thing we're going to talk about are 3 little items which are located on your laptop or desktop or on your phone in the right upper corner. And that is your notifications, messages, and your account. Does everybody see those, or at least those emblems? And I can zoom in. Should look like a little bubble, messages, and my account. Does everybody see that? We're going to talk about notifications first. So this is where if we post an announcement, it will be posted under here. Yes, sometimes it has the little yellow icon or a number on it, and that tells you how many notifications have been posted. Sometimes it's a rather large number, and if you ever want to clear that number, you'll hit the clear all right there.
I deleted mine like individually.
You can also do that by hitting those X's, so that'll get rid of each one by one.
No, but I mean, when they would come up on my phone, I've already deleted my thoughts, so I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, so there's the notification from your phone, like on your lock screen, like, hey, we posted a new announcement. That's your phone, and this is inside the app. So they're a little separate, saying the same thing.
Okay.
I'm up to date with all of my notifications, and even when you do hit clear all or delete one of these, it will not change the announcements page. So you don't have to worry about actually deleting the announcement. You can still go on.
I can clear all, get rid of this 100.
Correct. So I'm going to go ahead and clear all, and if you do that, it'll ask you, are you sure you want to clear all notifications? Yes, and that'll get rid of the number if you had a number with your notifications. Okay? That one's not too terribly important, but I do have people ask me what that number means and how to get rid of it. So I try to tell them that. All right, next we're going to move on to the messages, and if you can click that for me. Yes, sir.
Could we go back to notifications? We got a number, 248.
Okay. On the phone?
Where are we at?
So now
He's on messages.
236.
it says you can do it. So you,
We're gonna hit clear all.
now she's
Yes.
on the next one, which is messages.
Those are gone, so now you can go back to messages, and that number will only pop up when we post something new.
This is what you're at. This is gonna be
Alrighty, we should all be on messages. So messages are cool when people are active. So if you try to send somebody a message who is not active on Caremerge, you're probably not going to get a response. So that means they've never logged on, they don't have computer access. But if somebody in this room with an account, wants to message somebody else who is active on their account, they can do so. So we are under messages, and we would click new message. We would type a name. So Whitney, I'm going to message you.
Okay.
And you can also message staff as long as they are active on Caremerge.
So is the assumption, a safe assumption that all staff are active on here?
Some more than others. So myself, Whitney, and Hannah are very active on Caremerge. Who else?
I would, if you're trying to contact a staff member, I would email them.
You can email them, yes.
Okay.
But you can also message hallmates, people across campus, since these are combined now. And you can type a message, if I could type. And then once you're done with your message, you press send. And now Whitney should be getting a message from Jane Doe and a little deer saying hello. Any questions about messaging?
I got the message.
She got the message already, quick like that.
Respond to it.
Okay, I'm gonna respond.
Be nice about it though.
So you said you, Whitney, and you, tell me your name.
Mary Wallace.
Go to your inbox.
Go to my inbox, and I already have Whitney's message. I'm gonna double click on it. Oh, just kidding, I clicked on her account. Oh my goodness. I've lost myself, so I'm gonna go back to messages. Click on the message. There we go. Hey, this is fun. That was Whitney's response. All right. Now we're gonna move on to the My Account. So we're getting more important with what we're saying as we go along. So under My Account, the drop down for people on the laptops, we have the My Profile, Settings, and Help. We are going to go to My Profile first. All right. My phone users, have you found My Profile? Yes. Okay. Here you can edit your picture by hitting Edit in this right corner up here. And you can change your profile picture to something else. You can edit your name if you would like to edit your name. You can edit your contact information if your phone number changes. Anytime you make a change, just be sure to hit Save. And yes, I do want to continue. Any questions about editing a profile right now? We are going to go a bit more in depth to this on the third session of this series to actually go through the process of changing your profile picture. And if you have time today after the session, we can do that as well. All right. Next, we're going to go to Settings. And here we're going to focus on notifications. So I clicked My Account, and I went to Settings with the gear. Are we finding it?
I'm stuck. Something happened to her.
I did. Yes, she did.
Now go to My Account.
I exited out, I think something popped up, and I just hit the X. But if you wanna go to that, My Account.
Here.
That's
That's
your
your
mouse.
mouse.
Or you can, yeah, and you go to My Account.
All right, so again, I'm under My Account. We're going to skip over My Profile and hit Settings. All right.
And see,
You're already in settings, and you're already there, your session sheet. Yeah.
Alrighty. So from here, we're going to hit Account is already highlighted. We don't really use this. You can change your username and password, but don't change anything that doesn't need to be fixed. So we're not going to mess with that. We're going to hit Notifications, and this is how we adjust how you're notified. So this is how we talk about getting email notifications, notifications on your phones, and how to do that. All right, so we're going to make sure that we have email pressed on most of these. So if you want a notification whenever you get a new message, so if I were to send you a message and you want a notification, you would hit the email on and the push on. Really what we want to focus on is the new announcements, making sure that is green and on for both the email and the push. And making sure you have your event notification on, or the event updates on. So this means if an event were to be canceled and we changed it on the calendar to canceled, you would be notified that something within that event changed, and you would get a notification specifically if you were signed up. Okay? I'm going to walk around just to look and see what y'all have and any questions, okay?
So here under the profile portion, I mean, the under settings.
That's your message.
And that's okay. Are you going to hit notifications? All right, all of yours are on and green, so that means you're not missing anything from us. You're not missing anything from us, okay? Really, we just need to share. You were in there, you should. And it's a
Right.
So I hit push. Notifications. You are all good to.
I don't do
Yes, it is.
anything.
Oh,
has your My account to hit save. Perfect.
Alrighty. Everybody good back here? These are just for notifications. You were good.
The what? That's your Wi-Fi. That says you're connected to Wi-Fi. That's part of your phone. That's not actually the app. That's just your phone.
That means every time we post a new announcement to Caremerge, you get over the email notification.
Yeah, it looks like you have notifications on for everything.
There's not an option for that. That's Caremerge, is the way they're set up, so we can't go in. If we could notify you every way in the world, we would. How are we feeling?
Okay? All right, we'll see what Mary
You're good.
does.
I remember, so you're preset. All right. All right, it looks like our notifications are good and set.
Does everybody know what notification means?
Why don't you define it?
So, yes, so a notification is when you can get a pop-up on your phone or through your email. It's just notifying you of an event, of a posting. Like today, we had to cancel a program because the instructor was ill. So we made that post, and if you have your notifications on for alerts or announcements, you're gonna get an email that says exactly what was in the announcement. So that way, if you're planning to go to a program and it gets canceled, you'll know right away. Or if there's something exciting coming up and we put something, a reminder on the announcements page, you'll get an email about it. So it's a way for you to stay connected easily.
So what about where it says the wall, somehow all mine are on my desk when I got.
Yeah, so there's a wall feature where people can write on the wall. Nobody's really using that yet, so you can have it on if you like, but we're not really using it yet. When you become part of groups, there's a group wall, and you can post on the wall and you get a notification. I would leave your notifications on for everything. And then if you see like, oh my gosh, I'm getting a ton, we can filter it back. But right now you shouldn't be getting a lot, even if you have your notifications on for everything.
Okay, cause I don't even know how to turn this on. I've tried to change it from on to off.
Oh, you just have to touch the, you just touch it and it changes it. So it's like a little toggle switch. Yeah, so if it's green, that means you're getting the notification. If it's gray and it says off, then you wouldn't receive the
And
notification.
that really answers why I've been getting.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so we're gonna go back to the announcements page. And to do that, I'm gonna use the toggle, if it's not already pulled up, where it says menu on the right, top left, excuse me. I'll pull up menu and then hit announcements, and we should be on that very first page. Okay?
Did everybody make it back to announcements? Okay.
All right. So this is kind of a hodgepodge of announcements. Again, like Whitney said, we had to cancel a couple of things due to illnesses, so you'll get notifications about that. Information about events coming up, so EMF and other events coming up. Wellness posted this morning about something going on this afternoon. So, and birthdays are posted daily as well. So that's the announcements page, okay? Any questions about the announcements page?
How long do those announcements stay up?
That is a good question. Some stay on daily, so like the birthdays stay up for a day, and they have a set time to go, which I think is 9 or 9:30. 9 o'clock. Or around that time. There is a bit of a delay when you post. And then some of them, so like EMF, I have it set to turn off, I believe, July 22nd at 3 p.m. so it stays up until after the event. Okay? So we have the ability to customize that, just depending. Okay. Any other questions about announcements page? All right. I'm seeing some looks. We good? All right.
I have a question.
Okay.
Who can post on the announcements?
The question was, who can post on the announcements page? Staff. And mainly when I say staff, the heavy hitters for posting an announcement would be Life Enrichment, Hannah Cole, or myself, Mary Wallace. Wellness, which would be Jasmine Hernandez and Kayla McBain. Dining, which would be Sabrina Walker. And Whitney Ariza would also be posting very heavily, along with Sydney Spearing and Kelly Hodges.
But our new heavy hitter poster is gonna be Martha. Martha, in the communications role, is gonna be doing a lot of the posting, a lot of the updating of Caremerge, really diving into it, making sure everything's accurate. Martha will be she eventually will be our guru. One day, she will be our guru. So,
Is she here?
she's right here.
I mean, is she located in West or is
She's
she in Gilbert?
here, she's directly beside Hannah Cole's office and Susie. She's in that double glass, door office. Yes, so she's nearby.
All right, last call for questions. We're gonna briefly talk about calendar, and I say briefly because our next session is gonna be talking about how to sign up for an event. So right now, I don't wanna confuse you too much. The calendar is accessible by hitting calendar. Has everybody accessed their calendar? Mine may look a little different from yours because you can adjust how you view it. Mine is set on a weekly basis. If you see that is highlighted in blue, but you can also do a daily. And you can scroll through each day's happenings. Yes, a question.
If you're using your cell phone,
Mhm.
and you have your cell phone in the upright position,
Mhm.
all you can see is today.
Yes.
If you turn your cell phone, you then can see week, month, and today.
Oh, that's a good tip. So if you're holding your cell phone vertically, you can just see one day. But if you turn it to the side, it'll change the view and you can see for the week if you want it.
You
Would
have
it
to-
do it?
You have to pick week.
How do I get it to me?
Yeah, turn it, let's go to your calendar.
Well,
Okay, and then turn it, and then you'll see the option where it says today. You can hit that.
Yeah, so I'm already there.
How do you change it to the view? How do you change it to a weekly view?
Touch it.
There's not an option.
There's no option.
Well, it may be that my iPhone, when I turn it on my iPhone, I get exactly what you're seeing on the
See, I don't get
computer.
today, week.
Maybe it
month.
depends on what version of the iPhone you have.
It's a 13.
Hmm.
So that way, go ahead and then you go back.
I'm right beside Hannah.
Behind.
Beside Hannah Cole.
Oh, okay.
And beside Natalie. Yeah. Well, that's okay. We'll just go with today. Now, if you can only see the day view, there is a calendar there, and you can click which day of the week that you want to go to.
All right, so I plugged up my phone, and I'm gonna show you. So my phone is up right now, like it usually is if I'm texting somebody, and if I were to tilt it, it changes the view. And then I have the option for day. Now, if your phone doesn't automatically turn, that's a phone setting that we would have to adjust, but if you're fine with the weekly view, then we can leave it.
Hers actually does turn, but it doesn't give you the week option.
I can't.
Yeah, it could be the model of the phone.
All right, so,
That also affects how you can search. So if you wanted to see what Caremerge events were taking place, if you have your phone vertically, it only looks at today.
Right, you would only
If
see
you turn
that.
it horizontal and pick month,
mhm,
you
You
put
have
in
the
Caremerge,
options.
it shows
Yeah.
you everything for the month.
absolutely.
If you aren't seeing that option, we'll have to look at it later and see if we can figure it out.
Have we lost you? Are we too far in the weeds?
Probably.
Probably. Okay, then we're gonna move on and we can talk about calendar again. So play around with it. I like to tell people it's hard to mess up and come back with questions next week because we'll dive more into the calendar portion, okay? All right, we're gonna go to committee information. So we're still using this side toggle bar over here. And a good thing to note is that this is in alphabetical order. So we have announcements, calendar, campus map, community feed, committee information. If you are one of those people that loves to read minutes, this is for you. Okay, so this is how you access both the West and Guilford committee minutes. Okay, so let's find that committee information and we'll click it. And then below we'll have a drop down for Guilford minutes and West minutes. I'm going to say West. I'm going to click West. And then here they are organized by the committee. Any questions on how to find the minutes?
You are still under the minutes.
You have to control it with your mouse. See how your mouse moves, so when you come down here, you can scroll.
It's whatever you want to know.
Yeah, like right here, you can click calendar.
So this is how you would find any minutes. So this is where you can activity and the organization.
And then the calendar will pop up. And you can see the different views, day, week, or month. And you can use the mouse to go to control it. Do you have a mouse at home? Yeah, and that's easier, because sometimes it's hard on the computer. Because we can, scroll here, and that's where you would get to the committee information.
Well, that's what mine is.
So this right here is
So right now we're on
see how this
minutes.
toggles into the committee information, and then you can see Guilford and West minutes. And so those pop up and you can select which ones you want to see. But it's a lot easier when you have your mouse. Did you get it?
Question, I didn't see this,
Okay.
and when I clicked.
Okay, scroll your phone,
Okay.
and the information is right below. So whatever you tap on will pop up in the box below.
But then how do I make it?
Now, if you're on a computer at home, it would, pop up big. So when you're
Yeah, I
reading
have
minutes,
one. I have one.
yeah, if you're reading minutes, I wouldn't advise probably doing that from your phone. Yeah, because they'll be little and you really have to zoom in.
You'd have a headache
Yes.
after.
Yep. But when you're on your computer, you do it the same way. You would just click the ones you're interested in,
And then we'll show.
and it would pop up big.
Okay.
Another note, we try to have everything in alphabetical or chronological order. So these committee minutes, for the most part, should be in alphabetical order. And then the way the minutes are posted, I'm going to click the activities committee. They should be, if there's more than one listed, in chronological order, with the most recent being at the top. So we have June 2024, May 2024, and that's how you would navigate that, okay?
It popped up. It's just down
Last call for questions on committee info for my minute lovers. Okay, we're gonna hit on 3 other things. Next, we're gonna talk about dining. So this one is one that people ask for a lot because you can access the menus from everywhere. Cobles, Ruth Dining, Dogwood Deli, and the Hub. So we're gonna click on dining on that left-hand side, and this is another drop down. Okay. From here, we can go to dining news and events, Cobles, the Hub, Dogwood Deli, the Ruth, and then they also have holiday special events and menus. And you could click on any one of these. So if I click on the Hub, it's going to give me a little bit of information about the Hub at the top, including their hours and their phone number. And then when I scroll down a little bit, it's going to tell me the specials of the week, the breakfast menu, the lunch and dinner menu, and all of that good information. So if I want to know what the Hub is having for lunch, I'll click it and then that'll pop up. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the phone number, we got that notice, the phone number changed.
Ooh.
On my desk. Because I know I've had trouble like calling and trying to get through to, place an order or make a reservation. But we got a notice in our cubbies last week that was changing my phone.
Was that to Cobles or to the hub?
To them all.
To them all.
It's a direct, it's, different.
We'll get with Sabrina to make sure that's
We'll
updated.
make sure it's updated. Because that's the number I had to like call and then sometimes I couldn't leave a message sometimes because mailbox.
Okay. We'll take a note of it and make sure this is accurate.
Alrighty, any questions on how to navigate the dining? So if I were to ask for somebody to find the Cobles menu, would you be able to do that? Can you prove it? So I'm gonna have everybody go to the Cobles dining menu on their phone or their laptop. This is a pop quiz.
So I think you're in the hub, so you need to go back to your menu option.
Yeah.
So click on menu.
I know, right? That's the one you need to know.
Scroll down, but there you go. You did it. You got it.
We're not, because I don't mention about it, that's strictly a dining. Currently, well, yeah. Sorry, we can't do much help on that one. Does everybody have the Cobles? Beautiful. Oh, you're gorgeous.
So I want to remind you all that we are doing these sessions through the month of July, and we're like, today was the very basic one. But in August, we'll go back to having regular Caremerge office hours, which means Mary has an hour of the week set aside, and so does Hannah. So if you are really having trouble, you can come during those office hours and get a one-on-one appointment. So if you're but outside of that, if you need help right away, you can just call or email them and set up an appointment to meet. So I don't want you to feel like you're stranded and not knowing what to do, because there are people here to help. So and we'll get you. I think yours is but just make sure that you utilize us. So come to the classes, but also you can do one-on-ones if that's easier for you.
Alright, we have 2 more sections. The next one's gonna be pretty brief. Again, on this left-hand side of the menu, we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna go to the directory. The directory hosts both residents and staff. So right now, my resident is highlighted in blue, which means I'm looking at residents, okay? My favorite feature of this is that you can search who you are looking for. So let's say I am looking for, and I'm gonna pick on somebody, Ellen Parker. I can type in Ellen. First of all, if we have more than one Ellen, all of the Ellens are gonna show up. But we see that Ellen has already popped up. And it has her phone number, and if she had an email attached, we could find her email as well. Okay? Anybody have any questions about the directory? You can do the same for staff, so I'm gonna click on staff at the top. Whitney is first alphabetically, and then Mr. Two of this. Look at there, they know what they're doing.
I got my glamour shot up there. That was added before I got here. That picture's old.
So you can also search staff in the directory. So if I wanted to find Hannah, I would type her name in there, and there she is with Mr. Jackson. And it also lists her phone number and her emails.
And we really would like for our residents to add their pictures into Caremerge. And we're happy to take your picture today and put it in there for you. But it's nice to be able to pull up, like if I get a message and it's from a resident, I can actually go on Caremerge, because I'm still learning everybody, and I can pull up their picture and say, oh, I know them.
Yeah.
It's just a nice way to familiarize yourself with folks. Some communities that have Caremerge will print the directory every 6 months, and it actually has the person's picture in it, which is so helpful, and we want to get to that place eventually. So I'm encouraging you to insert your picture, or we can do that for you. We're happy to take your picture today, but it's just nice. Will you look up Mr. Gibbs? I just took his picture. I want to see if it pops in. As he was sitting here. As he's running off, let's see if it is.
He's coming back. Archie has his picture. We did that on one of the last sessions where we uploaded his picture. I believe, was that from the Flight of Honor, Archie? Your picture? Your picture on Caremerge is from the Flight of Honor?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
And you can put, as long as it's a picture of you, you can put a picture in of, if you're on vacation and you're looking really refreshed, you can put anything you like in there, but we do want it to be you. I think I saw George.
I was about to
Clooney
say, we're gonna have to have a very hard conversation at Guilford.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna talk about one more thing today, and that is gonna be at the very, very, very bottom of this menu to the left. So we're gonna scroll all the way down, and that is work orders. You can now add in a work order via Caremerge rather than calling Bernadette or going through that way. So I'm gonna scroll all the way to the bottom on that menu to the left and click Add Work Order. Does everybody see this on their screen? Perfect. All right, so I want to talk about the screen a little bit. If you have already submitted a work order through Caremerge, you would see the updates on this little table right here. So it would list all of that information if you've already submitted one, okay? So to submit a request, we would hit the green Submit Request up at the top. I should have warned maintenance before we did this. If we accidentally save it, we'll give a call, okay? So then we pop up with this screen, and this is the request form, and there are 3 different departments you can request from. Maintenance, housekeeping, and landscaping. Okay, so housekeeping would be for cleaning, stains, things of that nature, laundry. Landscaping would be tree fell, some shrubberies having some issues. Maintenance would be plumbing issues, a light is out, and things of that nature. So I'm going to hit maintenance because I love to pick on them because they love to pick on me. All right, the next will be adding a subject. Okay, it says write 2 to 3 word title. I'm going to say, this is a maintenance request, that my bathroom sink broke. Because I don't know what's wrong with it. Then in the work order details, you would need to include what your request is, including the room number, if you were in a specific building that might help them get to it, and if there's any other major issues. Not only is the sink broke, it's stopped up and it's flooding. They would need to know if it's flooding, and things of that nature that you think would be important. Any questions so far? Yes.
The instructions that we were given earlier was to go through an email to Bernadette as preferred. Is this now the preferred way to submit?
I think either or. You could do one or the other, because this would send an email to Bernadette.
And then
Yes.
you give them instructions on it.
All right. So the maintenance location, again, you would need to put your building number, apartment number. You can specify West or Guilford, even though if we've been here a while, we know the difference between the numbers. It's always a good, hey, it's at Guilford, building, Woolman, and then that information. And then there's an important question here, and it says, staff may enter if no one is home. Right now, it's on no. Let's say I'm going to be out of town for a while, but I would really like a light replaced before I get back. I'm going to hit yes. And then if you have any other instructions upon their entry, okay? I don't know what that means. Or if you just want to say hi, I'm sure you can say that there.
Watch out for the barking dog at lights.
Watch out. Okay, if you're in a area that allows pets, you would say, hey, my dog, I forgot to put him up. You might want to watch out. Or my cat's really friendly. Don't be afraid.
Don't let them out.
Don't let him out. Another important thing. All right, any other questions right now while I have this pulled up?
Don't hit the submit button.
I'm not going to hit the submit button right now, but if you are submitting a request, please hit the submit button, okay? All right, so just pretend I'm hitting submit. And once I would hit submit, all of that information would be placed here, and it would check my order status and let me know that it was submitted. Okay, the time is 10:50. We have a question. What you got?
I have a question. under transportation and let her playground.
Yeah.
Where you would, if we wanted to be picked up and take over to someplace.
So we don't have, the question was basically tell me more about the transportation tab. So if we click the transportation tab, it's going to tell you the overall details of transportation, how much the medical trips cost, the airport trips and train trips as well. We do not have a way to, let me not speak before, okay. We don't have a way to submit a transportation request like we do a work order. I'm not sure if they're ever gonna do that because that one's a lot, a lot to deal with,
That would be a lot.
right? But we do have access to the form itself, so you can print this off from Caremerge and fill it out and then drop it off. Okay. We also have the shuttle schedule posted as well under transportation. Alrighty, I'm getting the wave of our next program is here.
Our backyard buddies are here from the zoo.
The zoo is here.
So
Isn't that
stick
fun?
around.
All right, I'll be around. I'm gonna unplug and help them kind of get ready, but I'll be walking around. If you want to flag me down, we can talk. But thank you for coming out. And again, don't be afraid to flag me down, okay? Logging out. If you would like to log out, you would hit the My Account drop down and hit log out.
What was the help with that?